Welcome to Grindistry Podcast. Well, me and my co-host Sean talk about personal and professional growth.
Grow up, grind it straight, grind it straight, grind it straight. Make your next move your best move. Grind it straight, grind it straight. Grow up, grind it straight.
Welcome back to Grindistry. My name's Travis, my co-host Sean, and our guest today, Real Wealthy Cash with Spotless Credit Solutions. I'm going to give the mic over to Sean. And Sean, how was your weekend, man?
Oh, I had an amazing weekend, actually. My daughter turned 11, so we had a lot of family in town.
You have a big-ass party?
Yeah, big pool party.
Yeah?
Yeah, we had custom cake brought in for her from the lady that made our wedding cake back in 2010, so that was pretty special.
It's fucking bougie, bro.
Like I said, pool party, so family came up from 3-4 hours away to see her, so it meant a lot to me, honestly.
That's what's up.
That's all I care about nowadays, that family time. There's nothing else.
Well, speaking about what people care about, Real Wealthy Cash, it's in the name. I mean, wealth is right there, dude. So how you doing, bro?
How y'all doing?
Hey, can't complain, man.
We appreciate you coming in.
Yes, for sure. Thank you for stopping by. So what made you want to start the business you're in, or the multiple businesses you've started? Like, what made you want to be an entrepreneur? I guess is the best first question to come out with.
What made me want to be an entrepreneur? So what made me want to be an entrepreneur? I'm going to keep it real with you.
That's what we're here for.
I hate working up under somebody else.
There you go.
And I can't stand being up under somebody else.
You're not the only one, man.
I like to, do my own thing, make my own moves, build my own dream. You feel me? So just years of working different stuff, doing different things, working for somebody else. I'm like, this not it right here, man. Getting, asking for permission when you could go on vacation, just different stuff like that. I'm not the type to ask for permission. I'm the type to make the moves.
Yep.
So you know how it is.
And where'd you start?
So I've always been an entrepreneur. I always had an entrepreneur mindset. When I was younger, like 16, 17, 18, I was doing like music stuff. I was like selling different CDs.
Yep.
I was making music, selling CDs, had a little hustle, get a spindle of 100 CDs for like $100. Put the music on it, sell them for $5 a week. That's 500 flip every time. So you just got to get out there grinding CDs. So that's when I really got into it. I was introduced to business on that aspect. And then from there, I was intrigued by the money and just went on to different, endeavors.
What was the worst job you ever worked? We all have one.
I did some temp agency job they put me at, and I was at a place in Liverpool. They had me cutting like tubing or something. So I was there since like 9 o'clock. They told me cut the tube. They ain't give me no gloves. They ain't give me nothing. They ain't really even tell me what to do. They just
Even give you a knife?
nothing. They gave me a knife. So like it was a big old like sword type of like, I can't even describe it, but you had to like saw through it. He ain't tell me no direction. I almost got my finger a couple times. So when lunchtime came, I already knew. So as I left, I'm like, I'm not coming back. So I was out of there. I was like, I ain't doing this. I'm not sacrificing my finger.
Nah.
Nope.
No job is getting hurt over. How about you, Sean? What was the worst job you ever worked?
Well, I'm not even gonna lie, this is really coincidental, but I worked at a hosing manufacturer company for 4 years. And the thing
Is that JBL? That JBL down on Henry Clay? Yo, I know a few people that work there, dude. I know.
Yeah,
dude.
I worked there for 4.5 years.
Yeah, for the and all this stuff. I'm like,
That's all the oil. Listen, we were cutting oil field hoses. We're doing all the hoses that go on all the gas pumps at all these gas stations. I was doing all that. I was on parole, so I dealt with it,
yeah, you gotta do what
I
you
had to
gotta
listen,
do.
like when you're really trying to make it, when you're in hard times, you know that you're gonna have to sacrifice. I had my first job ever, I'm not trying to cut you off. My first job ever, Burger King. And that for Burger King, it was the JGB. And then why'd I work there? Because of parole. I had to get a job immediately. I had to figure it out, and I dealt with it. And from those 2 jobs, every other job, I would advance like $5 pay, $5 pay, $5 pay until it got to the point where COVID hit. And that's where I got my COVID business. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
back to you, because it's 2026 now. What year did you open your first business?
So my first business was like back in 2012, and it's crazy because I did it with my wife. She was my girlfriend at the time, but nobody would ever suspect what it was, and it was actually selling hair weave to females. So what we did was we got a plug in China that was offering like Peruvian hair, all type of different, different weaves and stuff. So we was getting it and marketing on IG, marketing on Facebook, and
So that's what it was, social media?
yeah, we ended up running up to like 100,000.
What about online, like eBay and stuff like that? No?
Or how about
eBay? We
how about like
eBay.
drop shipping? You ever
Yeah, we
consider
did a
that?
lot of drop shipping too. That's another thing we
Wait,
did.
to like stores and shit?
to like
Drop shipping.
Oh.
Yeah,
So-
drop shipping is you play the medium,
Yeah.
right? I don't know if you know how that works, but you sell to somebody else and then the distributor sends to that person. So you never have to hold your stock.
Yeah.
And there's never an overhead with that.
Exactly.
And that's why drop shipping is so popular nowadays, because you don't have to have a warehouse full of boxes.
Not at all.
You just put in your order to China, they ship it out, and then once you get better and your drop shipping company gets bigger, you can actually start shipping from America, which ships 10 times faster. Because when you ship from China, you're getting it in like 2.5 months, man. Like,
Yeah, but now we actually had it a little quicker. We would do FedEx Express
oh, there you go.
and pay a little bit extra, maybe like $30 or $40 extra on top of the order. But we were ordering in bulk.
Yeah.
Right.
So we would pay a little extra 40. We'd get it here in like 3 to 4 days. So how we would do is we had a website. We would do pre-orders, and the women would pre-order the hair. That would give us time to do the order on China and for them to get it here. So while they already ordered the hair, they paid for it themselves.
Yeah.
And then at first we was getting the hair here, and then we ended up going to the drop shipping route. Like we had somebody in Rochester, a hair salon, who was moving a lot of hair. So we was actually her plug. So she would see us, and we ended up just started drop shipping it to her. And she was doing like maybe like 1,000 to 1,500 a week in sales. So that was a good order from her.
So when you and she's your wife now, when you and your girlfriend at the time started that, did you suspect it to turn into what it did? Did you see that? Did you know you were gonna be able to grow it into what it was? Or did you just think it was gonna be a little, let's get some money real quick?
Yeah, I thought it was just gonna be some quick money, but I'm the type of entrepreneur that's always gonna throw my hat out,
Yeah.
hit a feeler. I'll test, see if somebody got some interest in it. If it's some, then I'll go a little bit heavier to it. So once the interest took off, then it was off to the races for real.
Oh, that's awesome.
Well, there's so many people out there that think you need to have money to start a business. And honestly, one of the best ways that was ever described of how to start a business without any capital was done by Andrew Tate. He said, if you to start, let's just say, a jewelry business, start advertising for that jewelry.
Definitely.
And then once you start getting orders, that's when you take the money from the orders to buy the jewelry. And then you just simply send a small gift of lip gloss or something stupid to the person and say, sorry for the delay. And now you've gotten the money from your first orders, you bought the jewelry, and you got the profit without having to put $1 into it.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Because you can
Never-
create
what
websites for
you
free
do.
nowadays. You can do all that. So
Pre-order.
anybody who thinks you have to have a bank account full of money to start a business, you're not thinking of it properly.
No,
You need to
got it.
you need to learn to think of things in a different angle. And if this is really truly your goal, figure out how to make it happen. You know,
Exactly.
that's what's important. Now, if you got the wallet, it makes things a lot easier. But if you don't, it's not necessary. It's not needed for most.
No.
You know, my business you do because you have to have tools and you've got to get that ahead of time. But for a lot of online businesses, I don't feel as though you absolutely need a cent in the bank account to really start getting orders.
Yeah.
You just need to be good at social media and advertising.
For real.
You know?
Need skills. I always say skills pay the bills. So the more
100%.
skills you can acquire
Yeah.
is what's going to get you, the more money. The more valuable you are as a person, that's the more services you can offer. That's the more chances you get to
Exactly. Yeah.
people need help. They need as much help as they can get. So he can provide it.
So from there, what was the next move?
So from there, from the hair, I was just basically just doing little side stuff, just selling different merchandise and stuff like on eBay. Just, putting my hat out there, seeing what works. But around 2019, I ended up getting introduced to my mentor, and that's who actually put me into the game of the credit repair space and started, introducing me into different wealth strategies and stuff like that. So 2019, I would say, is when the business took off the ground with the credit repair.
Credit repair.
It was 2019. I really did a lot of studying. 2020 is when I really locked in for 6 months when everybody was on COVID lockdown. A lot of people was going out. They were still disobeying the travel restrictions and stuff. I just locked down, study, day in, day out, and mastered my craft and just mastered and studied wealth. So then when it was time for the, America to open back up or the world to open back up, that's when I hit the ground running with the businesses and just really apply everything as far as the credit repair,
Yeah.
the advertising, stuff like that.
And you might not remember, but like, how did it even come about? Like you said, during COVID, well, you obviously studied in 2019, but when you really locked down for that 6 months, like, why would you lock down? Like, what made you think that that you could really pull it off and you could really open this business and make it boom? Like, what gave you the confidence? Because we never know. We never know if it'll work out.
Yeah, I actually I forgot to mention a business that we started, which is a business that you know me from too, which is a photography business. I actually started a photography business in 2019. I started doing modeling.
Yep.
And I ended up being on a modeling TV show and just doing different modeling work. And with that, I started the photography business, which I trained my wife to be a photographer. And that's when we started booking different stuff. So once I seen how my influence was,
Yep.
and how different, how we can make different businesses work, that's when I was like, you know what, I got what it takes to really, make this thing work.
Yeah. So you built the confidence doing prior entrepreneurship before that.
Yeah,
And it showed you if you things work, you can make this work too.
yeah, yeah. You
That's
definitely
awesome.
can.
So what made you, other than your mentor, were you really interested in helping people with their credit and things like that? Or you just kind of saw the money and went for it that way? Like, do you have passion
No.
with it?
Well, I always wanted to help people. Like, as I was doing my studying and learning different LLCs and stuff, I always try to share different game online, different stuff that I learned.
Yeah.
So I always wanted to help people. I just didn't have the right form or method. Like, I can post all day, but I don't know if they're going to take the information and use it or not.
Right.
So this gave me an actual platform to really take their financial, future into my own hands, do what I need to do, and actually teach them along the way, put them in a program that's going to teach them along the way.
Yep.
So it actually gave me a real platform to do it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. When it comes to business, I mean, we see the jewelry, we've seen the car, we know what you're about, right?
Yeah.
And
Real well, baby.
we've seen mine too,
Seeing you,
right?
yeah,
But when it comes to this in your head, are there certain milestones to steps to success? I guess is the best way to ask that.
Yeah, it's definitely steps to success. So step number one is mindset. So without your mindset being right, it's gonna be very hard to advance in the entrepreneurship world. You gotta have the right mindset. You gotta know. You gotta be open-minded. You gotta be able to take criticism.
Yep.
You gotta have tough skin. You gotta be able to take no's. Like a door salesman, you're gonna hear 1,000 no's before you finally hear a yes. You gotta be able to accept that every time.
Yep.
You have to still have confidence, even after taking those no's, to still come out and know, I have the skills, I have the ability to be useful to somebody. So you still got to take that on. So mindset is one thing. You have to have dedication. You can't just like you have to, was it for the money? It has to be more than just the money. It can't just be.
You gotta have a passion for it, man.
Yeah.
Or something. Yeah. If you're doing it to help people, or you're passionate about what you do, or whatever, I agree with that there always has to be a backer. Because if you're just solely doing this for the money, the second money rolls in is the second you're gonna take 3 steps back, and that money's gonna stop rolling in.
Exactly.
If you enjoy what you're doing, you're gonna go whole hog every day, pedal to the metal, regardless. You know what I mean? And it doesn't matter if that day you made no money or that day you made $500,000. It doesn't change the fact that I'm gonna go at this the same way tomorrow.
Same way. I love that. I love that.
And real quick, and this has to do with all of our industries, because we know it's not always about the money. There's a lot that goes behind in the picture, but what type of gratification do you feel when you get the type of results you get for these clients that you show everybody? Like, how does it make you feel?
That's what
Because that might be the chase. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? Like,
what keeps me going, huh?
you with your clients at the end of the job, same with me.
Yeah, I'm behind you, you know.
Make you all like,
you know.
I feel like we're addicted to that at times too.
Oh, for sure.
Like when we know that we have a service that we're offering, we're not clocking in for a corporate, we're not in a business, in a company, we're running our own business and we're putting smiles on people's faces, we're changing people's lives for the better. That's a crazy feeling. And not every feeling that because they're clocking in still.
Yeah.
So that right there, I don't know, I'm addicted to that right there.
Yeah, I love getting results. People sending me, oh, I got approved for this. I got approved for that. It just feels good.
Yeah.
It really does.
Yeah, I mean, I sent my foreman over to his house today to fix some electrical, and he came in and he was like, dude, he was amazing, he was professional.
Yeah,
I want to send him a tip, like he was great. You know,
It was amazing.
boy, he knows he's not paying for shit. It's all good. I got you.
But I want to,
But either way,
now because the way I understand it's his foreman, and I understand he's trained him for years, which obviously shows how he carried himself today. But we deal with all different people all the time, and it's not always a good experience. So when it's a good experience, it sticks all the time with me.
my foreman came in and tried to teach him a little bit about electrical.
Yeah, you know,
He went above and beyond to change some shit. You know, that's what I train my guys to do. Is we're not there just for the one job. And yeah, you might be there an extra half hour, which costs my business money that I'm not going to charge for because we went that extra mile.
Yeah.
We don't charge for the extra mile.
Yeah.
But when you've got people coming to you and saying, yo, your guy was amazing, I want to send him some money, and oh my God, I'm going to refer you to everybody I know and everything, that little extra mile that just cost me an extra 20, 30 bucks.
yeah.
Cool. I count that up to advertising. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's going to be word of mouth. That means you know that we are willing to sit there and do what we have to do for you. And I'm sure in your business, you come across that all the time.
Yeah.
Some clients will take 4 or 5 hours to take care of. Others could take weeks. I'm sure.
Yeah. We definitely go above and beyond for the clients. So many times we try to work with them when they don't pay the monthly bill that they're required to pay. We still work with them. A lot of clients, if they say they're getting, close to getting approved for like a new home, we might even throw them on a trade line, different stuff like that to boost their credit. So
Yeah.
It's amazing. That's things that other companies don't do.
Yeah.
And that's what sets yours apart. And it takes some time for people to understand that you're that company that's going to do that. But once it's out there, public, that they know that you're going to do that,
And you establish yourself.
you'll get so many clients. I mean, you'll be turning people away
Word of
because
mouth.
word of mouth is so advertising.
That's our main.
Anybody can put an advertisement out on Facebook.
I was gonna ask you what you're, doing with advertising, what strategies you might use that you could put people onto. But like you said, you're doing a lot of word of mouth.
Yeah, word of mouth. Just good service is always going to get you that word of mouth.
100%.
But Facebook advertising as well. You could do some billboard ads too, depending on, like, I know you do construction, so that billboard ad will do good for you.
Yeah. But billboard's expensive, especially when, I mean, between
like $3,000.
Yeah, but $3,000 on Facebook and Google ads could get you way more than a billboard's gonna get you. There's a reason. Yeah, there's a reason why
You're right.
people or companies with 100 employees are
Man,
putting
let's
out.
be real. Dudes go on the billboard. Why?
Why?
To show that they're bigger. You know what I'm saying? It's
all about.
Yeah, like you said, there's other ways to advertise to get more.
Yeah.
Yes, we understand people are driving by on the highway, but let's be real. Cause why? Like, come on, like, it's just what it is. It's my opinion, though. I don't know. That's my opinion.
I mean, yeah, but you know that when you see a company that has a billboard,
Not only
you
that,
automatically think, okay, this is a legit company. They had money for a billboard.
Yeah.
Legitimately right there.
That's
And not only
they're
that,
getting confidence from your client before even stepping foot in the door. That's what a billboard does.
and it's not always
Any asshole can put some shit on the internet, but if you got billboard money, now that's what I'm saying. So you could say it's the big dick swing, but it's really not.
No.
All it really is just trying to tell people, like, look, we have done so well with other people.
That's
now
right,
we
that's
can
right.
afford a billboard.
Billboard, because like you said, your first words was his first words was you're expensive. So that's the first mindset of everybody.
Exactly.
They have a billboard, they must be doing well.
Just like when you see local commercials on Super Bowl Sunday, and you're like, how the hell did Tom and Nelly get this fucking commercial? You know what I mean? Like,
Or for 1 point.
where were you at? Yeah, that's what I mean. You just paid 1.5 for 30 seconds, dude.
Exactly.
You must be doing really well.
Exactly. But
You're
it
the
also
DWI,
builds
that's
that,
what I'm calling.
it also builds that household brand name too. So you want to be that household brand because you still get people who are old school.
Yeah, they just want that
Yeah.
the normal Joe Schmo in their house. They
Yeah.
don't want a company because they don't want to pay that company money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
finding that happy medium is great, but once you hit that next level to be able to, you've got 100 employees, you got billboards, you got all that, you may lose some people, but I think you're going to gain way more.
Yeah.
You know, I
Just
think
gotta find that balance.
100%. But you can't lose your values. That would be my thing. If once my company becomes to the level in which I want it to be, which would be about 100 employees, give or take, if not more. But
Big dreams over here.
well, yeah, I would love for my company to be the next Comfort. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that would be awesome.
Yeah.
Jeez.
But I would never want to lose value. We will always focus on the client, making them happy, making them comfortable in their own home, and doing things like that. Like that would be, having that value is important to me as a business. To not lose yourself when you first started.
I like that. Then I was gonna say, I feel like every company should have a mission statement.
100%.
So every company should start with a mission statement, and that mission statement should be the word of law around the workplace. Your employees hold by it. This is what we uphold. This is what we stand by.
I think that's a great idea.
So a mission statement is one thing. Like when you
what I
starting a
said.
business, create a mission statement. What are my values? What do we stand for? What do we want to accomplish?
Mm-hmm.
What do we want our customers to think of us?
Exactly.
To end the transaction with a good transaction back. What are we striving for? So a mission statement, I say, is really important.
I think that's a great idea.
A few weeks ago, when we were going over my business and we were talking about it and we were talking about franchising or, different options in the future. And I kept going to, but, I'm all about quality. I'm like, there'd have to be quality control. We'd have to have a list of things. And that's exactly what you were saying.
Mission statement.
Yeah, because I would want how I would do it at my location here. If someone wants to use my name, because of what I built over the years, I'm going to want the quality that I pumped out for all those years. So it would have to be a mission statement or something.
Exactly. That's why I was thinking about doing some franchising too, but that same thing, like it has to be.
Yeah, because it could ruin you at the end of the day.
I could see you killing it on Shark Tank, though. You got the appeal, you got the sweat, you got everything for Shark Tank, dude, all day.
Put me in there. Let me go one-on-one with Mr. Wonderful.
Careful.
I actually knew a guy here in Syracuse. He started a candle business, and then he did like printing shirts and stuff. And he was on Shark Tank for his candle business, but he didn't end up getting actually on TV because his business wasn't big enough. Apparently, you have to be pulling in so much money before they'll even talk.
It's even worth it.
Yeah. Which, I mean, I get it. You don't want a bunch of Chucks in a truck coming on your TV show, but still,
I still say the
I can
biggest.
see you on Shark Tank for sure.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I feel like the biggest ball drop of Shark Tank is the Ring camera. For
Mm-hmm.
whatever reason, they skipped out on the Ring camera.
Yep.
Was it Mark
Fucking
Cuban?
hell.
Was it? I forgot who it was.
Cuban turned it down, and I can't remember the other guy's name, but yeah, I mean, everybody kind of turned it down or wouldn't give them what the money that they asked for, and that is hands down because it's
Got that on his crib.
every home
You got
in the
that on the
world.
crib.
I got one outside this door, bro.
Yeah, he got one outside his door.
Like I got it watching everything.
And then let's not forget the business models. So he's got his structure where you get the initial product sale. Boom, he got you that way. But now it's subscription fee.
Yep.
So now anytime you get a subscription-based business, that's when you in the money right
That's
there.
why gyms are a killer, man.
Yeah.
You know how many people sign up for gyms on January 2nd and don't ever go?
Exactly.
And then forget to cancel their subscription
For
every year.
where they don't want to do it.
Year, dude. Like subscription base is the king.
It's
I
definitely.
mean, you about to start subscription base for the detailing, boys.
That's what I was gonna say.
I told you that. I even talked to you about that. I
Subscription.
I
people
feel-
will lock in.
yeah, dude. I even told you that like 2 years ago.
California shit, like-
No, not at all. All you do is you just say you pay 5 G's, you get 1 cleaning a month plus 1 full detail a year. So that gets you 1 car clean a month. That's 12 cleanings plus 1 detail, 5 Gs. Do you know how many people are going to show up maybe 3 times a year for
I
a car
know.
cleaning? And now it's 1 detail, 3 car cleans, 5 Gs.
Do you know how many gifts
Then you're gonna get
I
all
sell
of that
every
in one-
year for all the holidays and nobody comes in?
That's what I'm saying, dude.
Free money.
What do you think of subscription?
I can't.
And
make them
meanwhile,
come in.
You're still going to value the people that take advantage of it. But when it comes to a subscription-based business, dude, there's going to be so many people that sign up. They're like, I'm going to get my car cleaned every month.
And we're it's just everyone like life gets crazy, like busy, you ain't there.
Yeah.
They're going to get busy. There's going to be Christmas. It's going to be Thanksgiving. Now it's New Year's. You're going to go 3-4 months without seeing that car.
I know. I already know.
You know what I mean? And that's
let's
not
get it figured out. We'll get
in
it.
no way is that swindling somebody.
No, it's
you know what I
not.
mean? Because that's an honest business.
Yeah.
And we're selling you a high value for a lesser charge if you take advantage of it.
Yeah, definitely.
That-
Definitely.
And that's all you're selling is you're not selling a lie. You're not selling bullshit. You're selling a higher value at a lesser price. Because what would 12 cleans and a full detail be probably?
Yo, I really feel like now we're talking about this because I know my clients. I feel like it works.
Yeah.
Well, I have a lot of guys that have all the trucks for the landscaping business, all the trucks for this business, right? Those people. And I got the people that come in, every month already.
Yeah.
So just,
And there you go.
finesse the numbers,
That's what I'm
figure it out.
Give them a set price.
That's it.
Because what you can offer, what you can offer is inside and outside.
Yeah.
And you do better than, other places.
Right.
You do better than everybody. When yours come out, it's so shiny.
Looks like fucking glass.
Yeah, it's like glad.
Yeah, it really is.
I've done it.
You can go anywhere and get that. And if you could sign up for a subscription for that for a couple of dollars more than what other people
Shit, I'll pay it.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll get I think me and him might sign up first. Yeah. But we showing up every month, though. I'll tell you that. First of every month, his car and my car is gonna be.
But yeah, we ain't the ones forgetting.
We going at the same time.
Taxi chat.
I'm gonna call him. Hey, you remember that?
I got my car right now.
Not you.
Pull up, and the Bridgeport. Yo, real quick before I forget, I really want to ask you this: is there anything throughout the years of entrepreneurship that you've done where you really like effed the bag up, like you really made like a bad choice, where you really
It's your biggest
messed up
mistake, man.
and you regret it?
Everybody,
And you use the money in a different way. Like if it was dropping money on something extravagant, materialistic thing, anything, like an average. Like, I know you're not into this, but like, let's just say an advertising strategy you thought was going to work that was expensive. Like, is there anything you've done expensive that didn't work that you don't want people to fall into?
I definitely did. I'm going to tell y'all a story.
Oh, Lord.
It's like when you get into, it's like once you reach a certain level, you start getting aligned with different type of people. So now you align with, upper class people. So you become more trusting with these people because they already done this, they already have everything. So once you get aligned with these people, they start coming to you with different ideas, different plays, different investments.
Yep.
So one of the investments that once I finally got my bag up and I'm up, and then they're like, all right, it was a play going on with my mentorship where they had a Forex going on. And with the Forex, they had a trading bot that pretty much copies another trader's trades. So a lot of people was getting paid out at first, but then right when I got in, they pitched the idea to me. I got in, it was like $50K. So $50K was the buy-in. You get your trade bot, and then it starts flipping that $50K going up. So I bought in with the $50K. Everything was going up. It got up to like around 80,000. I went to go do the first draw. I was just gonna do like 10K, make sure everything worked. The withdrawal was slow. And I started hitting up the broker. They come up with these ideas. Then I started hitting my people who put me in. And they're like, yeah, I tried to do a withdrawal too, and my money on hold. I got like, $500,000 in there. Because it was working. That's why it's crazy, because he actually showed me the money that he would draw from it. So he actually got the money.
So the people that put you on the bot, they finessed you, or the bot just lost the bread, or not lost,
or the broker.
You couldn't get it out.
Yeah, we couldn't get it out. So
I could tell you right now what happened.
Holding.
It was right.
No, it was the algorithm of the AI bot, and it was the coding. So whoever coded that, I guarantee you this is what happened. Whoever coded that had it so that when there was a withdrawal to come through, it had to go through several channels, through several IPs because an AI bot was doing the trading. And when it has to go through that many IPs and that many servers, it can really slow down and lock things up, and it can throw the whole system off, because trading is supposed to be like this.
Yeah.
It's in a quick second. I call you, I'm buying it, I'm done.
Yeah.
Like boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
So when a bot is doing it, that can really slow everything up, because now it's going through multiple servers, which then can in turn make people get real nervous. But now there's actually several programs where you can literally have an AI trade for you by the second.
Yeah.
And they're awesome. They're awesome, dude.
Seeing it.
So you took
Throw $100 in it, and it's making you a cent every second.
I see
Every second, it's making you a cent.
I see.
Now think about it. How many seconds in a day? And you made 1 cent per second in a
Stop
day.
playing.
Swear to God.
Oh,
Swear to God. It literally buys and sells so fast that it can literally make you a cent.
Little military.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
military.
it's literally like nothing. You know, and it's crazy that they're out there now, but that would be my thought of why that was so slow, because when was this?
This was like in 2021.
Right. So AI is still pretty new.
Yeah.
It's not brand new, but it's
Yeah.
pretty new to do something as sophisticated as that. Right. So
Yeah.
that'd be my guess. But how did that end up turning out for you?
Big Elski.
Took a L, yeah.
Of the whole 50?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How fast was it? Like, boom, they pitched you the idea. Let's say you threw the 50 in. Was it a day or two, or was it weeks he was playing out?
It was weeks, because I was actually watching it grow. So they would make a bet, all right, 1,000 this day, 1,500 this day, lose. One day it was just a big ass loss that just wiped damn near the whole loss, like 50% of the account. Then after that, it just got real janky. Everybody was trying to pull out at the same time. Then they started coming up with excuses. The banks, they're holding the money. We can't get this clearance. We can't get that. And then it just lost contact with them.
So you say for people coming up that are working for their money, like, you know, running their own business, they should stay away from that early on if they don't really got the FU money. Like, if they don't got it like that, don't risk it.
You see, I would risk it. I would disagree with that statement. And the only reason why is if you don't know trading, you can hire a trader to trade for you, and you can literally hand him $500 a month, $100 a month, right? Yes, you're still paying him, so that's money out of pocket. But now you're paying a professional to take $100, turn it into $200, turn it into $300. And then each month, if all you can give is $100, he'll take that more than what you handed him. That's his job. Now, of course, you can always lose,
Yeah.
but that's their job. They know how to make money. They know how to shuffle it around. They know how to do what they're supposed to do.
Yeah,
So I wouldn't agree with don't invest when you're starting out. If you've got an extra $50, I'd say invest it.
Yeah, I would.
They invest that. No. Don't jump into the deep end. You know,
Don't make
course,
that
I agree
move.
with that. Yeah, but I would always state that any form of investing is better than no form of investing.
No, you got to.
You're just simply trusting the banks and putting your money under your mattress. You're not doing it.
Actually, with inflation, your money is
100%.
losing.
100%.
Now, you got to invest. I definitely agree with that. Just don't invest $50K.
No.
Don't go that.
I agree. I definitely agree with that.
Start light and learn and do whatever you got to do, but just don't go 50.
So how do you bounce back from that? What do you do?
Luckily, I was able to take that on the chin and keep it moving. And just,
Grit your teeth and get pissed. That's what you do.
but
You move.
keep grinding. That's all.
Yeah.
I charge that as like
That's high
intuition. Like, like I watch a lot of American Greed. That's why I was, it's crazy that I got caught in that, because I watch a lot of American Greed and stuff like that. So they talk about a lot of different stuff and how people invest their life savings and the different stuff.
Yeah.
So
A lot of people
I watch a lot of that, but I figure that's like your entry. That's like my entry. Now I know better. I know how to move.
Yep.
move
You
better.
see how you go through all this and it just sharpens you up.
Yeah. Yeah, I like to bounce back more, that I was able to still keep going, nobody will know that I took a 50K hit. I was still doing the same thing, still like nothing was affected, you feel me? So I was happy to be in that space at least.
Yeah.
Did that ever affect you mentally though? Because I mean, let's just talk about it. Running a business can wear on you mentally, stress everything in this world. You can sometimes feel like the whole world is on your shoulders, and you got to make a move or you're gonna get stuck.
Yeah.
You know. So, did it hits you most mentally, or has there been another point in your business career that really kind of fucked with you?
That was pretty much the main thing. And then after that, it's just like you gotta stay focused, you gotta stay sharp, you gotta stay on it because like without like we were saying earlier, you don't have that comfort of a paycheck.
Right.
Check is a comfort.
Yeah, you're right.
And you're an entrepreneur, it's either get out there, do what you gotta do, or the bill's not gonna get paid. So
Yeah.
you always got that hanging over your head. Like you said, some days you might make 0, some days you might make, 1,000, 10,000, 5,000. It just depends on what you're making. But you got to be able to, withstand that. Withstand the days. You got to be able to plan and budget for the days when you will make 0. You feel me? So it's just,
For sure.
you got to be mentally strong, but it's easy stuff that you can do. It's a lot of people have a lot of misconceptions about business. It's not really that hard. You can really jump into there. I just say work on skill. Once you got a skill, the more skills is the more services you can offer somebody.
You should have more your
100%.
worth at that point.
But I do think it takes a certain mentality to start a business and be your own boss.
Yeah.
You have to be strong in the head to really do it, and because if you can't withstand rejection, failure, downfalls, slow weeks,
Yeah.
everything,
Not knowing.
right?
Uncertain.
The exact.
Week, every year, you just never know.
I think it takes a certain type of person to do it, and that's why not everybody does it.
Yeah.
A lot of us thrive off that. Unfortunately, we thrive off that.
I like the stress. I like
Back against the wall.
not always. Don't get me wrong. Sometimes it sucks, but you know what? It makes me work harder.
Exactly.
It pushes me.
Exactly.
It's not I'm going to give up. This is all right. Now it's time to swing.
Now it's time.
But
you know what they say, comfort never took nobody to the next level.
no.
So if you want to get to the next level, you're going to be uncomfortable and you're on your journey at some point. You're never going to just be totally going through and everything is smooth. It's going to be rough patches. Your character is defined by how you get through the rough patches when you're going through them. So, and like you said, everybody's not meant to be an entrepreneur. That's why we need workers too.
100%.
Fortunately, AI is taking the workers. So that's another topic.
Yep.
That's why I feel like it's important to develop skills. And in this age, you're going to have skills because a lot of the jobs that we were counting on, 16, like you said, working at McDonald's, Burger King, whatever, that's going to be gone.
Yep.
That's going to be all automated. So now what are all of our 16-year-olds and 17-year-olds and stuff going to be able to do for jobs?
They got to go into the trades, man.
That's what
my
point is that they're going to have to get in the
Trades where it's at.
Regardless.
It's going to be years before AI and robots can take over what I can do.
Exactly.
Yeah, you made a robot that can install drywall. Cool. Can it finish that drywall?
Precision. You know what I mean? Like that exact precision to do everything that needs to be done.
Exactly.
And will the consumers trust it?
Exactly.
Some people are going to say, hey, I want somebody that's physically there to do it. I don't know if this machine screwed it loose. I don't know.
Yeah, how are you supposed to talk to a machine when you say, oh, you're here for a drywall job, but I also need a faucet fixed?
Exactly. How is that going to work?
Exactly.
That's why skills pay the bills. So if you get a skill, and that could be, I feel like skills is your easiest way to entrepreneurship. Because once you learn a skill, then you can either go work for somebody that skill, or you can branch off and start your own business.
Yep.
So just get the skill first, at least, and then you'll at least be able to start doing something.
100%. Earlier you mentioned a mentor. Doesn't have to be from him, but throughout your whole career, what was the best advice that you've ever gotten? And then let's ask, what was the best advice you would give to a young entrepreneur today? I wanted to give you that second one ahead of time so you could think about it.
Okay. So the best advice I ever...
We all have somebody that helped us in our life. Mentor, previous boss, father, somebody that gave us good steering advice. Who gave it to you?
I would probably say, that's a good one. Pretty much, people, it's a catch-22, but people's opinions don't matter, but perception is everything. So what that means is when you're going through entrepreneur stuff, you can't have opinions on what's in, what's out. When it comes to doing what you got to do, you got to be able to get out there and do it. F what everybody's saying. All you got to be able to just do it. But perception is everything. People are not going to buy into you if they don't perceive like you're successful. So if you just look like, if you don't look the part, so to say,
They don't
not
give you
gonna
the time
buy
of day.
into you. So if you go and you want to invest $200K into an investment firm, if the guy is not dressed the part, if he's dressed all dirty, looking homeless, you're not gonna have as much confidence versus the guy who pulls up in a Ferrari and he has a nice tie and an Armani suit. You're gonna say, "Oh, I can't wait to get my money into this guy's hands because he's successful." Opposed to opinions. Fuck everybody's opinions. Forget everybody's opinions when you're on your road to success. But still keep in mind, perception is everything. So you have to find a happy medium for both.
100%.
I like that.
Why do you think I bought that car? It was so that when I go to the country club and I'm not rolling up in a 3,500 dirty ass truck.
Exactly.
I'm rolling up in that and people can actually take me seriously.
Exactly.
Yeah, I love the car. Of course, I wanted it. But the real purpose of that car is so that I'll actually have a conversation with somebody who's going to take me seriously.
Exactly.
Because you understand that, that's not a 430.
Exactly.
That's the M. That's
Yeah.
not a 4. There's a difference
It's a big
there.
boy.
So again, it gives that perception to people, and it gives you their time. It's like
Exactly.
walking up to somebody with an iWatch versus somebody with a Rolex.
Yeah.
So if I go to the country club, I wear my fancy watches.
Exactly.
I'm doing that so that I can be taken seriously. I don't really care what anybody thinks.
Exactly.
I'll roll in with duct tape on my shoes. I don't give a shit, but I want that time of day. I want that conversation, and I feel as though that's very important to not put so much stock in vanity, but you have to. There's a time and place for everything,
Exactly.
and that's the time and place.
Exactly.
I jumped on that wave when I bought the TRX.
Did you?
I did that for the perception.
Yeah.
I did that for all these guys that are driving $100,000 trucks, and they might want me to go to their house and pick it up and drive it in. He's got a $100,000 truck too.
Yeah.
I did it for all those guys like Adam Weissman that has the Bugatti. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's not about the materialistic stuff with me, but when it came to purchasing that truck, all I could think about, and it just kept popping in my head because I don't like spending money. I want to reinvest everything.
Exactly.
So when it came to that truck just popping up in my face, I sort of took it as a sign because I know I'm in the automotive industry.
Yeah.
I know people love sport vehicles. People love fancy shit. That's what people love, See it every day. We all see it. That truck definitely boosted shit for me.
It did.
100%.
Oh, yeah.
It gave the perception, like you said.
Just think about how many times you took photos of it. I mean, just an advertising alone, bro.
No, clean like
That's what I mean.
You know how many times
The big old fucking T-Rex on the side. You like,
Yeah, I gotta go see him.
You know how many times people hit me with the, damn, your business must be doing good if you can afford a vehicle like this.
Exactly.
100%.
They don't know what other businesses I have going on. They just assume it's from the detailing, which is cool for them to assume whatever they want. But what I'm saying is I got that so much, and I learned that over the years.
Yeah.
So
Perception could go far. Like, I do credit repair. I can't pull up in a little box key.
Right.
It's something that says like, oh, okay, he got an 800 credit score. He's
Yep.
good. So
Right.
perception. So that was something that stuck with me. Something that I would tell a entrepreneur that's on the come up is just to get your feet wet. Get out there. Try different stuff. Don't quit. You're going to have ups and downs. You're going to try this and it's not going to work. You can't just say, oh, it ain't working. Just, I'm going to go back to work. You got to keep trying different stuff until it works. I started, my journey in 2012, 2014. And then by 2019, 2020 is when I really got up there and really started taking it to new heights. So it's like a 5-year plan. You watering seeds. You planting a seed and you watering it. Nothing's going to happen overnight. If it happens overnight, then it happened too quick. It's not going to last. As quick as it came is as quick as it's going to go. You want to build stuff that's long term, and you want to build stuff that's going to, take you to the next level. You don't want to play games. So get out there, try different stuff, learn as much information as you can, and be as valuable as you can. And you're going to make money.
Knowledge is wealth, man.
That is.
And anybody that tells you anything else is lying to you because hustle, you're born with. knowledge is learned.
Yes.
So nobody's gonna learn to hustle. You can, if you don't have it in you to hustle, you're not doing it.
Not in you.
You know what I mean? And that, not, but I'm not also, I'm just not saying hustle like to start a business. I'm also meaning hustle like able to fucking move quickly.
Yeah.
Because we all know those people out there that are just sluggish as shit. Their house could be on fire and they're gonna slosh in fucking slides in their underwear.
Yeah.
It's gonna get, hustle can't be learned, but knowledge always can be. So that's why knowledge is power, 100%, because power can be earned.
And that's why our game
learn
is
all of it.
built when you're born with the hustle, and then you start acquiring all that knowledge.
Yeah, you're just like double threat.
Yeah, you're a double threat.
100%. You know,
So
super important.
like I said, 2012, 2014, and as we know, it's 2026 now.
Yeah.
That's the things people we need people to know. Like, it's not gonna happen overnight. It's not. All those years, still going. We're not stopping anytime soon. Like, they need to know if you really want to get in it, like we say, you're in it for a long haul.
Long haul.
Yep.
And they say the average millionaire usually starts to see their millions around like 40 years old, 38, 40 years old and on. And so if you could get the ball started in your 20s and your 30s or sooner, it's never too late.
Never.
50, whenever. But if you could get the ball rolling earlier, that's more to enjoy the life that you built.
Plus more mistakes, man, because there's never just one mistake you made in a business. You're gonna make 100, 1,000. Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be endless mistakes. The trick is to turn those mistakes into lessons. It's what I tell my employees every single time when they're like, "Yo, I fucked up," and I'm like, "That's fine. That's okay. I expect you to fuck up.
I want you to
exactly
in a way,
but I want you to turn that fuck up into a lesson.
Exactly.
I don't want to see it again.
Exactly.
You know, learn from your mistake.
Exactly.
And now it's not a mistake. Now it's a lesson. Now it's something perfect because you won't do it again.
Exactly.
You know, if you're making the same thing over and over again, well, now you're just being stupid. I don't know what else to tell you.
And another way to boost in the speed up the process is to get a mentorship. Because like you said, like, get a mentor, because you're learning from people's past mistakes. So now you're learning where they messed up at.
Yep.
So now you can, accelerate your process by not making those same mistakes. So
Exactly.
mentorship can boost that quicker.
And the easiest way to find your mentor is to just jump into whatever interests you most.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what you want to start your business doing, but you got to get a foot in the door somewhere. So just learn and find somebody who's successful at what you'd love to do.
Exactly.
And then go talk to them. You know, most people are very easygoing. Most people are not standoffish.
Yeah.
People want to help others.
Yeah.
You know, I've found that out. Now, don't get me wrong, you're always going to find those few people that don't, but I'm a big fan of if somebody wants help, I'm going to help you.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you every bit of knowledge I got, and hopefully you can run with it farther than I did.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
that doesn't bother me.
Yeah. Each one teach one. That's how we got to do it.
Exactly.
So when it comes to spotless credit solutions and the real wealthy cash, can you break down both of them individually? Can you break down the spotless credit solutions, what you offer,
Yeah.
like basically what you're trying to accomplish for your client?
Yeah, so with Spotless Credit Solutions, we are a credit repair company. You know, we done helped thousands of clients. And what we're trying to do is we're basically trying to teach them how to be approved for anything that they want. So it's a certain credit profile criteria that you must have to be approved for anything that you want. And that's like, you have to have like 100% payment history. You have to have no derogatory remarks on your credit report, no late payments, nothing like that. You have to have under 3 hard inquiries.
Yep.
100% payment history. You have to have like 10 or more positive accounts. And if you have that credit profile with, 700 score, you can virtually walk into pretty much any bank and get approved for any product. So that's the criteria. We work with like different lenders, different underwriters. We pretty much got the blueprint that they need. They say, this is what we need to get them approved. We need them to come in with this credit profile that meets this criteria, and we can get them. And that expands to business credit, because you have that on your personal credit profile. Now you can open an LLC, a total different EIN number, and you can go into these same banks. So I can go to Key Bank. I could get a $25,000 business credit card. I can get a $25,000 line of credit. That's under my EIN. Then I can also go back the next day and get a personal line of credit for 20K, 10K under my personal, my Social Security, not including my business EIN. So you could pretty much double up. So when we were talking about earlier, like having the funds to start different things, needing tools and stuff, if you acquire the skills, that's stuff that you learn on your own. You can get the funding just by having a good credit profile, keeping your credit profile good, paying your bills on time. So that's what we try to shape people to get them for, whatever they want. Mortgage, car loan, whatever it is, credit cards, high limit credit cards.
How do you feel about, and I think about this a lot because my kids are in high school now, and I don't even know if they do, but my kids say they don't. How do you feel about our youth not learning about credit more, in school? Like, how do you feel about that? Do you feel like they should be guided more through school, or you think it should come from out of school, like I don't feel like it should have to come from a business like you. I feel like they should be able to learn about credit in school when they're learning all this other stuff that's not really opinions going to be used in real life.
Nah.
Like, what are they setting them out for, Like,
Exactly.
sheep.
Well, they set them out to be workers. So I feel like they
sheep
give you,
workers, yep.
they shaping you up just to be work society. They should be teaching entrepreneurship. They should be teaching credit, how to purchase homes, contracts. These are different things that should be taught within our school system.
Yeah, it said.
Especially credit though. That's something that should be credit. A lot of times our kids, they come out, they're fresh out of high school. The society tells them to go get a new car off the lot. So once you get a new car off your lot, boom, your credit takes a hit because you got a brand new account that's new age and it's like a big loan amount, 30,000, whatever. You don't even have any payments on it, so it's like 100%, 99% utilization right now till you start working those payments now. So now you're coming out of high school into debt. Then you got to go to college. Now you go to college, that's another 100K worth of debt. So now you're looking at like 130, 140K worth of debt as soon as you get out of high school. And now, out of college, now you graduate with your degree. Now you can't find a job that makes the money to pay what you're worth. Jobs get scared off. Oh, I don't want to pay this much. You're worth this. I could get some part-time people who don't have that much experience. So now you're at a disadvantage. And then, but you still have that student loan. You still have that car payment that's coming in. And, the average kid is going to slip up, get some late payments. Now it's just doomed. So I wish, if the schools taught proper, money management, credit, different things like that, people would know better, make, better decisions.
Yeah.
So
I think it's very important. And I've said it multiple times. School nowadays is literally just to create cheap robots. That's all it's for.
That's it.
It's not to make you think outside the box.
No.
And God forbid you do that in school because you're going to get in trouble.
Yeah.
Anything that's different, they shy away from. And it's like, why are you mad at him for thinking differently?
Exactly.
It just never made any sense to me. Let's see. Is there anything else you want to touch on? Businesses, information, advice, anything?
What about the real wealthy cash?
So
That's another
cash. That's my influencer moniker. So that's pretty much what I stand for. Real wealthy cash. Wealth of knowledge is pretty much what it is. I'm just all about obtaining just knowledge, different stuff about different things, learning how the court system works, learning how this works, that works, this works. So I could just be a service to everybody, have a wealth of knowledge. So I'm trying to build long-term wealth. So
you do consulting with that business?
Yeah, I do consulting. I have a company called Wealth Max Pro. It's a consulting company. We can help you with like court. We'll consult with you, show you how different stuff work. Like we help fathers with, getting custody rights of their kids. We have like template letters. We can show you how to, maneuver in court. A lot of people don't know how court systems work.
Right.
Show people how to file lawsuits, teach them how to file lawsuits. You could consult with us about business, different business ideas, business credit, different things like that. So
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's really good. It seems like you're the type that if you have an interest you study it till you know everything.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I do.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You know, there's not a lot of people built like that.
Yeah.
You know, there's people that are like, oh, I like this, and I'm going to buy a bunch of books. I'm never going to read them. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and I, as much as I don't want to call those people fake, they're fake.
Yeah.
You know, you want it, you know this much, but you want to run your mouth this much.
Yeah.
You want to run your mouth this much, you better know this much. You
better
That's what I'm saying. Like, sure, knowledge to back up what you're saying. Otherwise, you're just going to be called out as retarded eventually.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know. All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in to Grindistry, where we talked at length about money, wealth, how to get it, drive, everything you would need to start a business. We did it with the man who has done it multiple times, Cash. So why don't you just go ahead and give us that outro. You're gonna go ahead and look at camera 3.
Listen, y'all. From vision to execution, that's the Grindistry way, y'all. Let's get it.
Thank y'all. Have a good night.
Grow up, grind it straight, grind it straight, grind it straight. Make it next, move your best move.